Right, we're back with another episode of the On The Bench podcast. I'm your host, Jay Dan. And on today's episode, we've got a very special guest, West Ham player. 10 years ago, he made his Europa League debut. Arsenal Academy player also. We've got Jordan Antonio Brown in the building.
All right, guys.
My brother.
Good?
Love, man.
Bless you, man. Thank you, man.
And also on the bench today, I got my co-host with me. You know his name already. Call him Mr. Talk to Frank, a.k.a. Mr. Roy Crean, the Christmas Grinch. He's a bit happy today. Man United won. You know, we thought he was going to lose, innit? But you know,
a draw. I called a draw.
Called a draw.
Yeah.
I thought he lost, innit? I thought it was going to be a draw as well, but you know, got the victory. Good win. So he's happy today. He's smiling to you. Found out Jordan's He's a Man United boy at heart. Sorry, Hammers.
half and half.
He's a Man United boy at heart. Before we get into Jordan's story, we're gonna talk about this World Cup ball. I got Adidas sent us out the try on the World Cup ball. I think it's a sick ball.
It's nice, man.
And
it's nice.
It's a nice ball. It's definitely a nice ball. Feels light. Do you know what as well? I find these balls, they're very light. Has it?
I think this could move. Remember them South African balls?
Yeah. What was that? The Jabulani? Was that the Jabulani at the time? See, Arteta's gonna moan so much. No, I really like this. This is gonna be good for the King.
Do you know what it is though? You see the balls like that though. This is where you see the screamers as well. You know, like when the ball moves and like, the ball.
Do you think like football should be played in a way where it's more entertaining for the fans, where you provide footballs that move?
100%. I want to see. Remember growing up, you know the man that used to have like the elastic band on their head.
Yeah.
Like, but is it like Batistuta and them man there? They have the long. Bro, you know when them man there let off a shot, you know it's top bins, it's a scream. You don't have that element of football no more. But these kind of balls, pause. You see, you get that. You get the screamers.
Rashford's gonna have a whale of a time with that.
He loves
to go to the World Cup,
He loves it.
But yeah, nice, a sick ball, man. Speaking of the World Cup though, man, who's your favourite? Start with you, Frank. Who's your favourite?
Let's start with a guest. Should we start with a guest?
Oh, you're gonna have a think.
Because I want to see if you and me have got the same team.
To be honest, I actually don't think you can skip past Spain.
Spain's the way.
Yeah, I think looking at it before the Euro started, you're kind of contemplating, okay, they're kind of weak in certain positions, but like players like Cucurella, how he's performed, especially over the last couple seasons. You got Pedri, Gavi, Yamal, Rodri when he's fit, Supermendy,
yeah.
And even they had the guy
Nico Williams as well. Yeah.
Nico Williams, the guy who turned up Olmo.
Danny Olmo, yeah.
Olmo,
do you know what? He's a tournament player. He always does well in the tournaments.
Yeah,
so I like him. Yeah.
So like, to be honest, you can't really look past them. I know it's a take where it's like, you know, they won it. It's the kind of obvious pick, but I don't really see a more stacked team than them.
Yeah, when you go for squad depth, they're
incredible.
Who do you feel will go?
Yeah, Spain. It's got. Do you know what? Even, and I hate to have to say this, but even Mikel Merino, he banged in a hat-trick against Turkey in a qualifier.
But he scores goals for us. He's bags for us.
Like you said, the depth is just it's just a joke. And they look, in my opinion, they've got the best player in the world in Lamine Yamal. In my opinion.
You reckon?
I don't care what Dembele wins. Lamine Yamal's the best player in the world.
Talent-wise, he's definitely the best.
Yeah.
Did he have the best season?
Debatable, but
I think talent-wise, 100%. I agree with you. I think he's something out of this world.
Is he one of those eye guys though? You know, like some players on the eye, it looks one.
Nah, he produces, man.
But yeah, he does. He scores back. Eye guys do these things. They'll do a top bin. They'll cut in top bins, but it's about numbers, bro, as well. It's about how consistent are you getting assists,
18,
getting goals.
How many assists did he have last season? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't think his numbers wasn't that good from what I remember.
Assists is always going to be based on the players you're playing with, who you're providing the ball to. Like, let's say he's playing with Harry Kane. Harry Kane gets you 5 to 10 more assists a season.
Yeah, 100%.
Just by default.
Just pass him the ball and let him just go.
I'm glad you said that. Do you know why? Because I had this thing with Mesut Ozil at Arsenal. So everybody's like, his numbers, he's not good. But I'm saying, look who he's passing the ball to. No disrespect. But he's not passing it to. When he was passing it to Sanchez, you saw the difference. Even Theo Walcott, when Theo Walcott played up front through the middle, he was getting goals, he could finish. And I feel like what you said, if you've got the man in front of the goal that's going to take his chance, Haaland example, De Bruyne, he's going to get your numbers going to go up. So that's very true. That's a good point there. It's about who you're playing with.
And I see, like, his crossing ability is a joke. Like, when he gets it and he comes inside and whips it,
Yeah, it's game over.
it's game over.
It's game over.
So, obviously, you can talk about his goals, contributions, but I think that will come. He's still young. And
I love him.
yeah,
I think he's incredible.
He's a joke, man.
Yeah.
Do you think Dembele deserved the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, I think he deserved it.
Frank's got a different opinion on that.
I think he deserved it. If you're looking at like the totality of the season, and like I think they did they do a domestic treble?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. Yeah, Champions League, their league, and they won the cup as well.
So obviously people don't really give the French league a lot of respect.
Did France win the Euros as well?
No.
Who won the Euros?
Spain.
Oh, Spain won it.
Yeah.
Sorry, they did.
But
Didn't it?
that was is backdating to the Ballon d'Or before.
Yeah.
So I don't think Yamal. I think
That's why Rodri won it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because
So,
remember, Vinicius Junior was touted.
Didn't go in,
But then Brazil didn't win the Copa America. Argentina did.
Yamal, he must have got golden boy.
He was unbelievable. That
Yeah.
tournament.
So I think Dembele was the right choice. I think their team on paper at the start of the season, especially when they played Arsenal, people were writing them off and saying, "Nah, this team is not good." And especially when I heard Arsenal fans say this, by the way, so don't tell me they didn't.
Go on.
when they got drawn PSG, they were saying that it's gonna be an easy run or it's gonna be a walkthrough to the final. And
I tried to think what I thought.
I remember you were right outside there going, I was like, do you think you're going to win the Champions League? We have to. You go, we have to, bro. We have to.
You beat them in the new
Group stage, yeah.
New phase group stage. So, if you're saying he was, player of the tournament or Ballon d'Or worthy, and he was playing in that team, although they had I always butcher his name, Cavaschellia.
Kvaratskhelia.
Oh,
Yeah.
the left winger guy.
Although he's class as well, and although they got a few other young boys who are really good, but I think he deserved it.
All right, fair enough. Frank thinks different, don't you, mate? But
All right, so let's take Spain as red then. Who is it? Portugal? Is it Argentina? Is it France?
Portugal, they just never seem to step up, though, man.
Ronaldo's last tournament,
They're like Belgium golden era team.
Yeah.
Like they got all
I know what
these
you mean.
superstars.
But they won
and
a
you
Nations
expect
League
them
at
to do
least.
on paper.
They've won 2 Nations Leagues though,
But World Cup's different level.
and they won a Euros.
Yeah.
With Portugal, it's always the elephant in the room. When Ronaldo's changed his game to be more of a box player, striker, you're always looking at it thinking his teammates. You kind of do notice that his teammates are always thinking, I could play the right pass, but Ronaldo, what's Ronaldo gonna say? Like,
I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like that is a thing.
They're always trying to set him up. Always.
Yeah,
Especially Bruno.
yeah.
Let me pause you there quickly because you play professionally. Are there players in the team that, like, if you don't give it to them, are they like having fits and?
I play for Interlegends. Shout out Interlegends FC.
Yeah.
And they're a charity team.
Okay,
Play on
yeah.
Sundays around the country or whatnot. And we got Leroy Lita up front.
Okay, yeah.
And Leroy is a pest when it comes to scoring goals. It's very good for your team,
Yeah.
but if you do not pass him the ball, you do not pass forward,
Yeah.
he is onto you.
Serious, he's having a moan.
He's having a moan. And it's obviously, you need that kind of spirit and that mentality in football, of course. That's why you become the best or you've made it to a certain level. But, like, let's say, for example, you got class players in their team that can provide moments of brilliance themselves. They might be thinking, like, you go down the line, for example, cutbacks onto Ronaldo, not really onto Ronaldo, or a dink back far post to whoever it may be. Liao, for example. Who do you play it to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that is kind of the elephant in the room that they got to address. I think Ronaldo, as he's got older, he's kind of, the ego's dropped a little bit, and he does accept, maybe coming off the pitch, or let's say, for example, not starting the odd game here and there, but like when he's in that mode, let's say they get to the quarterfinals, yeah, it's a different story. He's activated.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
He wants to win though.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's not a bad thing having a player in your team that Remember, I saw he was crying one time. Like,
when he missed the penalty.
But it just shows passion.
He said something mad. What did he say? He said, I wasn't crying the fact that like I feel like I let my country down. It was the fact that I scored every penalty up until that point, but like it was that penalty I missed against Oblak.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I thought he said he was crying because he let his team down. No,
he said he wasn't like really. I'm pretty it was on Rio Ferdinand's podcast. He was saying that I wasn't really crying for that reason. I was crying because like I missed the penalty because I scored consecutive penalties up until that point, which does make sense. Imagine like you score all those penalties, but when it matters, then you miss. But yeah, shout out Ronaldo though. What a mentality, what a player, what a legacy,
proper player, man. All right, speaking of strikers, I saw something on the internet today. Harry Kane and Erling Haaland, they're saying who is the better striker at the moment, and who would you have in your team?
I think with those two players, sorry to give a technical answer.
No, go on.
But I think it matters about the team you're playing in.
Yeah.
If you're playing on a team, especially for a counter-attack team, if you're playing a counter-attack team that sits behind the ball and you need an outlet to play to, it's definitely Erling Haaland. Although Haaland, he's getting better at holding the ball. But Harry Kane, his hold-up play, like when it comes into him, it sticks. You know, he's very comfortable in possession as well. He can drop in, help with the midfield as well, where you create another body in there.
He's almost a 9.5 sometimes, isn't he? Rather than a 9 or 10. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think it depends what team. But if you're just saying, okay, you're playing in the best team in the world. It's a final. Actually, finals. Who's the better in the finals? I don't know. That's another question as well.
That's a good question, actually.
But if you're going off the first question, I'd probably just say, I'll change my answer. Harry Kane just nicks it a little bit.
To Kane?
Yeah.
Who'd you take in your team?
It's hard because obviously you got to consider the age factor as well, innit? Obviously, but I'm
just going off just ability.
And international, I don't know what's going on, but I think he's dropped off a little bit in the tournament.
Who's that? Kane?
Yeah. Just performance-wise.
I don't think he's ever really been that. He scores goals, he's Kane, but I've always thought he's not the Harry Kane you see at Tottenham for England.
Or Bayern,
yeah, he's definitely...
No, I'd have Harry Kane. I love Harry Kane. Yeah. Harry Kane's a Man United player. Harry Kane should have been at Man United years ago. There we go.
Why? How did Man United get into this equation? How?
Because I look at him, there's certain players that I look at and I think you're a Man United player.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. That's how I see football. There's certain players I think you should have been at Man United.
Why? How? You don't have dog.
Yeah, now we are.
You've been
I'm
dog
not talking
since
about now.
Ferguson's left. That's 13. How long ago was that? 13 years ago?
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
We still won 5 trophies in that time.
Was Harry Kane? How old? Where was
Our
Harry
banner era is some club's legendary era. Just so you know.
Come on, man.
Am I lying?
No, I'm saying Harry Kane's. Why? He's not a Man United player, bro. He would have come to Man United and been.
He should have been.
He would have been dead.
Man United promised Eric Ten Hag we were signing Harry Kane 2 years ago. By the way,
They lied.
You know what I feel like? Have you seen that meme or that video of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank?
Yeah.
Of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, and he's in the middle. I feel like that right now. I'm just in the middle. Yeah.
Because always bringing Man United into this.
No, but look, I just love Harry Kane. I just think he's top. There's certain players outside of Man United that I just love watching, that I admire, that I just like put up there. Like Declan Rice, funny enough, is another one. Jack Grealish is another one.
He should have been a Man United as well.
He should have been a Man United player. My God. He should have been. He should have been. Yeah. Jack Grealish was almost a Man United player, but then Hawkeye didn't do its job, and Villa ended up staying up, and we couldn't afford him after that. So yeah.
So you take Jack Grealish over Rashford?
Yeah. I love Rashi. He's an academy.
Prime Rashford.
Huh?
Prime Rashford, you take.
Nah, not. But Prime Rashford was one season really. It was only one season. Aside from that, he's been good. He's had moments. He's been. I think
I'll take Rashford. And you know what? Prime Grealish was cold though.
Look what he's doing for Everton. He scored a winner the other day.
Yeah. Grealish is a baller.
Prime Grealish is just basically anything outside of Man City.
Yeah. Basically, innit?
Yeah. That's it.
But
yeah. Anyway, so sorry. Yeah. But that's why I'd take Kane personally.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, but they're both amazing players. But I think, it's so tough. It's just Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, yeah. I'm going Kane all round. He's gonna get you assists. Come on, he's gonna get you assists and goals. I think Haaland's can be non-existent in matches. obviously, once you get like the other day, he said that's his best goal he scored in the Prem the other day, but he was proper like, It was a good goal though, he roughed him up and then rossed it. Yeah. Nah.
Lost it. So
And
did you
like-
see Kane's goal on the weekend?
Oh.
Did you see that?
That one there, yeah.
That's a
Bro,
Roberto Carlos flex.
This is what I'm saying. It's peak. But one more. We've got one more striker debate. So Gyökeres and Sesko. Obviously,
Oh, here we
I was
go.
running up my mouth. I thought Gyökeres was gonna bag 2 against West Ham, little boys, and he didn't bag. But
So I'll tell you what, both things they kind of struggle with a lot of fans will say, and a lot of people watching, not even fans, just fans of football. Yeah, I think they don't look sexy. You know what I mean? Like Gyökeres, the way he runs is like, you know what I mean? And then Sesko, the way he runs is a bit, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think both of them, you don't look at them thinking, they're not like ballers or they're not like, but I think they're very good players, especially what they've done, past history and former clubs. I don't know if Sesko will do well at Man United just solely for the reason that he's in, is it turmoil? Can you call it turmoil
The
right
club,
now?
the club, you mean?
Yeah, the club's in turmoil, and it's not easy for a young player to come into that situation. However, I think Gyökeres, he don't fit the style of play exactly to a T.
the Arsenal player.
Arsenal play. I think him in another team would look a lot better.
Who?
He's more of a transitional player.
He's more of a Man City player then.
Yeah.
Potentially. Look, I have to disagree with the Sesko. I know what you're saying about the way they run, but Sesko's touch is incredible.
No, his touch and everything.
Both feet
but
as well.
Because he's like dangly. He's like
Yeah.
Peter Crouch.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Almost, kind of, yeah.
Peter Crouch had he was tall. He had good first touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that stuff.
Yeah.
Those dangly, awkward players. It's tough, man. But I can't really judge them. I haven't watched them in their previous clubs to know exactly what they do. But if you're just gonna be a better man, you're gonna say Gyökeres is gonna do better just because he's at Arsenal.
I like that. Do you know what? And you're a Man United boy,
letdown,
but you're
that is.
being honest.
Yeah,
I like honesty.
Yeah, I'm an honest person.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm not patriotic in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. Frank, do you know what it is as well? I think, when you look at Gyökeres though, do you feel like he's not Prem ready?
No,
Watching him, do you think he's Prem ready,
No.
or do you think he's got a long way to go till he reaches that?
definitely
peak?
Prem ready, but is he Arsenal ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal ready is a different ballpark. You got Kai Havertz, for example. He came to Chelsea and he was a different kind of player. Like look at the player from now compared to when he arrived at Chelsea, for example. He was a lot more slimmer. He was more like a technical player, you would say. He was more in between the lines. I think at Arsenal, he's more of like, especially now, he's put on size.
He's a number 9,
He's more of like a number 9.
Hold-up player, gotta be rough, yeah.
Runs like, you know what I mean, presses, and you wouldn't really associate him when he first arrived at Chelsea and he was playing in the final where he scored it. I would just say that with Gyökeres, Arsenal is a different ballpark to anything he's ever experienced because the fan base. You can't hide from the pressure that you're gonna get, and it's London as well. London is very loud, all that noise. So I think let's see how he does, but I think it's gonna be tough in those pressure moments. We're gonna see what he's actually made of, innit?
It's still early days, man. It's still early days. It's what game week? What game week 7?
Yeah,
it's still
something
early,
like that.
man.
Listen, I've seen.
Yeah,
Have you seen much of Sesko recently?
No.
He's starting to pick up, like he's starting to get to the pace of the Premier League, and you know what it is of Sesko, yeah. He's both. You know, who he reminds me of. Funny enough, he reminds me of Edin Dzeko. That's who he reminds me of. This is what I'm saying. He's both footed. He's heading. He's got good heading game. It's weird because he don't look fast, but he's faster than he looks. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Good comparison though.
Yeah, and his touch. Because even the other day, the goal that he scored the other day, like Fox in the box kind of goal, he's got that in his game, but he's also got good footwork.
What, the ping pong one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when the throw in, the flick on.
Oh yeah,
and he
that
tucked
one.
it away.
He got
Fox in the box kind of
got
finish.
in front of the defender.
Yeah. Son of a good striker.
But
You're talking about the one the week before.
Yeah, the week before.
Bang, bang, bang.
And that one.
Yeah,
But you just, as a striker, you need them first goals.
Yeah.
Don't matter how it goes in. They
Yeah.
say, famous saying, the coach will say to you, don't matter if it goes off your back. You know what I mean? As long as you get your first goal
That's it.
and get momentum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
the Premier League's hard. Though. Going to a new club's hard. Look at Wirt struggling. Would you say Mbeumo and Cunha's struggling? Man, obviously Cunha's.
Mbeumo's doing all right. Mbeumo's got a couple goals, couple assists for us. Cunha
Did
ain't got
you
anything.
expect more from him, or do you think he's doing all right for where Man United's at and the amount of games he's played? Do you
I
feel
think
like
I'll
he's
give him
doing all
about a 7 out of 10 at the moment.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, which I'm happy with that at the moment. Yeah.
What about Wirtz?
Mate, he's struggling. Florian Wirtz is struggling. 007, 008, 00, just 00, whatever.
Like Liverpool's struggling as well,
Liverpool
though,
struggling.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've come, I mean, it's not the worst time of the year to have a blip in it. You don't want to have a blip when, let's say, historically Arsenal have had blips, towards the towards the end of the season, But Liverpool, they've got pedigree, man. They've been there, they've done it. They've been in Champions League finals. I think it's just about getting the new, and also they've had tragedy off the pitch. You don't know what effect that has on everyone and the players. But saying that, with the new players coming in, they just got to get to grips of how it is to win every single week. You're expected top of the table. You need to win. Doesn't matter how you get it done. They were doing it before, but it kind of caught up on them.
I think I don't think they're in the title race, man. I think they're gonna fall off.
Who, Liverpool?
I think it's gonna be Arsenal, City. Haaland looks good, should I say?
too early
Rodri's
to
back.
say.
Rodri,
Too early. Very
Early.
We're at Liverpool already.
Arsenal fans go early, innit?
Do you know what it is? Do you know why? Because their defense is shaky.
Yeah.
Isaac, I can't. Obviously, you don't know it's football and anything can change at any given moment. But I can't see him. I can't see him hitting the ground running anytime soon. Should I say?
But clubs know what they're doing, especially Liverpool. You look at their recruitment and everything like that. They signed Isak knowing he's not gonna be that guy. First half of the season. They know, like, if he's ever gonna do anything, it'd probably be back half of the season, and that's when those type of players, they win you games, innit?
Yeah.
So you reckon going into January?
I think them times there when
kick into gear.
because honestly, I was kind of surprised that he got put in the team so early. Like, let's take for example, I know it's an extreme example, but Pogba. Pogba at Monaco, he's only coming back now. And he signed, 3
In the
months?
summer, yeah.
In the summer.
Is that because of the no pre-season?
Yeah. He hasn't played football for what, a year?
Exactly. And I know, you can't really compare because Pogba's been out for like the game for 2 years. But it's the same example. When you're not active and you're not sharp and everything is not there as a player, like, I think you got to do your own pre-season on the side. You know what I mean?
So that's what I said to you last week. I said these games right now are his pre-season. That's what it is. It's not going to click straight away.
Touching on that, how hard is it to play in the Premier League? Because us as fans, we sit at home and we're like, "What's wrong with you? I can do that." But on the pitch, how at that level, how hard is it? How hard is it?
It depends what you're made of, I would say. So some players, they struggle with the pressure element. Some players, you wouldn't even know how good they are. You'd just know in training.
Yeah.
And some players, wow, in training, this guy is like the best player. He's amazing. But when it comes to the game, they might keep it a little bit more simple, and they might not show the qualities they have.
Okay.
That's those players. Then there's other players that, for example, they might not be top level. You can struggle in that way. It depends like what kind of player you are. Although everyone's fit, everyone's up to speed of a certain speed. No one's really that slow. You know what I mean? Even
you're talking about people you're playing against as well.
The people you're playing against. Like, even for example, like a Bernardo Silva, you think this guy's slow.
I would.
But with the ball and what he's doing, quick feet and how he can go past players, when you're on the pitch, you'll realise soon. You know what I mean? But Yeah, it's like it's high level, man. It's high level. I would just say that most players might struggle with the pressure element of it. I think everyone's a good player. It just comes down to making the right decision as well. Because a lot of your ability to be shown on the pitch is to do with your mental. If your mental's right off the pitch, then everything will kind of work out.
Rashford, perfect example of that.
Yeah,
perfect example of that.
I think a lot of things that people don't see what's going on in their life outside of the pitch. Maybe it could be how they're living. A lot of relationship issues that people have, which I know it's
general human life,
human life.
Us fans don't take into consideration.
Yeah, I think it's not obviously not to knock anyone or anything like that, but let's say going into a game and you're struggling. Let's say you're struggling, so you take your stress out going out night before a game or a couple nights before the game, for example, and then you get into the game, your head's not there. Like, you're never really gonna be that ready, at that level. What I mean? You need to be.
You've always got to be at the top of your game every game.
Do you know what? You're absolutely spot on with what you're saying, because we've had these conversations in the past, and one thing that we always forget. They're young lads, man. They're not. I mean, obviously, when you get a bit older, you're more sort of confident. You're more mature. You're calmer. You can deal with things better. You can process things better. But when you're younger, you're more erratic. You're more emotional. It's hard. It's hard to control those emotions.
If I was as good as I was when I was younger, now with my mentality, I would be playing in the Prem.
There you go.
Like, because I would have the package of everything. But I would say when I was younger, maybe the mental aspect of everything wasn't there. So, you know what I mean? That comes as a package, everything together to be shown on the pitch, 100%.
So I'll go back to something before we move on to some questions for you. You said something about some players in training, they're 10 out of 10, brilliant, but on the pitch they don't perform it. Do managers sometimes have a factor in, like, holding players back from releasing their true talent, would you say? From your experience as well, like being in the Prem and stuff like that.
I think that is an element of it, but a lot of the time, I think, well, let's say when I was playing at that level, I think a lot of the managers, they would actually let the attacking players they would give them a lot of freedom to express themselves. Yeah. Especially like the Mavericks and all that type of stuff. Obviously now, I can't lie, it looks a little bit different from the outside, where you feel like you're getting coached constantly on the side.
That's how I'm viewing it,
so it does look like it's changed in that way. But just speaking about from the time I came up playing football, the forwards kind of never really got coached like that. Like, obviously you got your patterns of play and everything like that, and you got simple things that you're working on in training, but it's never really coached your ability. So a manager would give a player, free license to go and do what you have to do. In training, it's easy. There's no fans, there's no cameras, no one's watching you, everything's good, you know what I mean? When you go in front of, I don't know, in some cases 50, 60, 70,000 people, and you're on the edge of the box to take a shot, it's like, shall I take this shot? Because it could go over the bar, I could miss it. It's like that negative, thought process creeping in. But the best players, they kind of have it like that effort mentality. Where Salah, he'll keep going until the 91st minute. That's why he's Salah. You know what I mean? He might look like, what is this guy doing? This guy, he's just spamming shots from anywhere or whatever, but he don't care. He believes that, or Ronaldo, you think, this guy's crazy, how is he shooting from there? But we've seen him score goals from there. That's why he does it, you know what I mean? So if a lot of players had that mentality, obviously the best players, then I think you would see a lot of players that are training players in the game that comes to fruition 100%.
Sorry, I know that you want to move on to questions.
No, go on.
I've just got one, because you mentioned something there, and do you know what? As someone that's played at a good level, we hear that, like, back before, you'd never hear stuff like patterns of play. You'd never hear stuff like style of play, all that kind of stuff. How important is that? And what does it mean to you? Like, when you hear, for example, a style of play or patterns of play and all that, like, how do you sort of elaborate on that? How do you articulate that?
So I would say, like, every team's got to have their principles of how they play. So let's say if you are a team that plays it's more off the ball really, like low block, high press, gegen press, all them type of things. If you're a team that you're trying to get the ball into certain zones to win set pieces and all that type of stuff. But that I think the top teams, from the teams I've seen or played at Arsenal, and I've seen how Wenger kind of does things. He never coached like the attacking players on how to do things. He just made sure that everything he's doing in training can be brought out in a game. So it'd be like a lot of 1-2 touch passing, a lot of around the box stuff, breaking down the defense, for example, and just let them play. You know what I mean? But I think when you're playing in a team that is not as good as that, then you kind of have to set them up in a way that, listen, these are my instructions. I want you to do this. Yeah. Otherwise, we might get beat.
We might get asked what.
Yeah, you know what I mean? By a high score. But when you're playing in a very good team, I think you kind of give your ideas to the players and say, this is kind of how I see things working. But you don't overcoach them. I think if you overcoach them, that's when you start to stifle players. And because I hate to go back to Arsenal.
I was gonna bring up Arsenal,
but I think like when I watched, like, it was working. Saka, Ben White.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was working. They had like everything. Like when Ben White would kind of make a run inside, and then Saka might slip him in, or vice versa. For example, like that link up on that side was definitely working.
With Odegaard as well there.
With Odegaard, as a triangle, it was definitely working. But I think maybe when that's come out the team a little bit, Saka's got injured. I think he's kind of lost his groove a little bit. You know what I mean? The way he runs and the way he moves, it kind of looks a little bit different. I'm not sure if it's with the injury or if it was with coaching. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if some players, you just listen, go out there and do what you do. You know what I mean? The rest of us will kind of support you, in the way.
Do you know what? You're so right. Do you know what Jack Grealish said the other day? Do you hear what he said about David Moyes? He says to me, just go out there and just do what you want.
Do your thing.
Yeah. And when a manager says that to me, because I know what to do.
Yeah, but he's that kind of player though. You know what he's just going to do his thing.
Pep's killed him.
I should have picked that player for the example. That is because I grew up playing against Grealish, and he's always been like that. His close control, probably the best I've ever seen. Wow. Like dribbling, like just touch. And you're thinking, like every touch he takes, you're thinking, I can get in and I can nick it. But he'll take another one and he'll go past you.
Serious,
yeah. So
how good was he like growing up as a player?
Nah, he was good. He played in a good team, to be fair. And he had a lot of good players in his age group around him. But he was always like one that was always good for his age. And I think, I was kind of surprised when he went to Man City. Because I know it's not on record, but I thought that that's not the right team for him.
The right move,
Yeah, especially you got a lot of big personalities in the team. You got a lot of, players that play international stage and they expect to start, and players have egos. I think, you're looking at, I know you don't really play the same side as him, but you're looking at Mahrez. You think Mahrez is going to be happy to sit on the bench? You think Mahrez is going to be quiet sitting on the bench? He's probably going to be knocking on the manager's door saying, why am I not playing?
True.
So I think, perfect example. Players like him, just go and play, man. You're Jack Grealish.
Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. We're going to jump into some questions now. And get to know you a bit better. So, where did you grow up and what was life for you as a kid, man?
Yeah, so I grew up in Wembley.
Oh, in Wembley, yeah?
Yeah, Wembley, so northwest London. Life was good growing up, like from both my parents. They did split when I was 12 years old. Okay. So then that's when I moved in with my mum.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say it was good. Like, I had my older brother. Obviously, he played football as well. Growing up, like, I always aspired to do what he did, and he was in academies as well. So he grew up playing for Chelsea, then he played for Watford, and then unfortunately, like, he stopped playing. Just lost the love of the game, but I always had the aspirations to kind of do what he did, and even do more than what he did in football. So that was my upbringing. Always, like, you got Vale Farm across the road, and you go play at Vale Farm on the AstroTurf, and I grew up playing against like a lot of older boys.
Yeah.
So I was used to getting like pushed off the ball, bullied, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, that did bode well for my development at that age.
Sure. So would you say your brother inspired you growing up playing football?
100%, man. Like obviously he played for Wembley FC as well.
Yeah.
And Wembley FC, notorious, big club for the level they were playing at. And they had a lot of boys that, teams were looking at as well. I think they were funded by, I want to say like England funded them, and a couple players from that England team in the 80s, I think.
Okay.
As in like the FA or
I think players, was it Martin Keown or some? You can check this, but there was a few players that did support that team as well, like in funding and supporting it and stuff like that. So yeah, you come through there, and it was good setup, like good coaches through them. Myself, I was, with a team called Old Azerwerthians, from 6 to 8. And we went unbeaten for 2 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so I was always looking at like, my brother, like I want to do what he did and follow in his footsteps for sure.
I see. Did you have anybody that supported you growing up? Because I know growing up, Northwest London's it's a rough place. Did you have people that supported you and pushed you on the path of football?
No, you always have coaches coming through. You got like, I had a coach called Coach J and Kim as well, and they were like my borough coaches. Had a coach, PE teacher, funny enough, his name was Jim Dees, and in our school, funny story, Jacob and Joshua Murphy went to my primary school.
Oh, swear. Yeah. Where? Wembley?
Yeah.
Swear down.
They grew up in Newcastle,
and
then they moved down to London. I think after that they moved to Norwich. But for a brief period of time, they were in my primary school.
Oh,
so I even used to like play school tournaments with them.
Mad.
And imagine our team.
I didn't know they're twins.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Jacob and Joshua Murphy. Yeah.
Who was better growing up at the time?
It always switched,
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I do remember times that Joshua was tipped to be the one that was, gonna do better than him. But you never know, innit? It's like
development
development and everything like that. But yeah, obviously growing up, I wouldn't say like I had it. I would never say I had it hard or anything, but I never had it like amazing or good. It was just normal upbringing for me.
Did your parents like support football? Did they like push you to play football? Did they support it, or did they want you to be a doctor? Or some parents
education,
are like education. Forget about this football thing. Nobody don't make it. Did they have that mindset or?
So my dad, I'd say he supported me definitely because he was like self-employed. Okay. So he did like IT stuff, like he's good on computers and all that type of stuff. So fortunately enough for me, that he had time to take me to football. You know what I mean? Where
you got pops, man.
Yeah. So big time. I think like he stepped away from like jobs and stuff like that and sacrificed for me to, go continue my journey in football, especially with my brother as well. And there was a point, I do remember like my mum taking me to football up until probably I was 8, and then it got too far because Haaland is, other side of London for me. And then my dad, he would always drive me, a couple of times a week to training. And I know how much that costs because I do that now for my son. And it's not cheap at all, although inflation has gone up and everything like that. But he was always there at my games and watching me for basically my whole tenure at Arsenal.
How important do you think it is?
I was just gonna
even
say,
for other parents like that might watch this, or how important is it that they support their kids on their footballing journey?
I think people don't realize how important it is. Like, you can look at it from two aspects. You can look at it from the player side of things, and you can look at it from the exterior, like the outside looking in. So this happens where coaches, they'll look at a boy without his parent on the side and any support or anything like that, and you'll kind of think, I can take the mick out of that player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%, man. They'll look at it thinking, if I have to choose between these two players, like I don't know, this player's parent always comes to speak to me. Maybe they're from a nice area, certain working class.
It's a mindset thing as well, isn't it?
Class mentality and stuff like that. There's a lot of that in football that people don't really see. So I know I grew up playing this when I realized like my life ain't that bad. When you know I'm seeing like boys, they're coming, you know, on the bus by themselves from young ages. I'm talking ages like primary school ages, you know, traveling all the way from other side of London, maybe South London.
Crazy, innit?
You know, getting to training, you know, and maybe they get home, you know, they might not even have their parent there. Maybe their parents working for example, or there's no food on the table, you know, for example. So I was always grateful, and I did notice at a young age that I definitely had that support system there.
Yeah, that's sick, man. Because I feel like that might be why a lot of players get lost in the footballing system as well. They don't have the support. Because you've seen it, like, growing up, there were some people around me that was out of this world at football. You think they're going to make it. They don't make it, but they turn around, they start doing things outside of football they shouldn't be doing.
100%.
And you just see it's like a downward spiral. So I think the support is very, very important.
100%.
But I'm going to ask you, how was school life for you though, man? What was it like in school? Kicking ball and that? What was it like, man?
For me, were you asking primary school or secondary school?
We've got secondary school.
Secondary school. Yeah, it was good. You know, you got the girls as
Was you at
well.
Arsenal secondary school, yeah?
Arsenal secondary, yeah.
And my brethren was at Arsenal secondary school.
Oh,
He was
yeah?
like, Aaron.
Yeah.
Wait,
96.
96. Now you'd have missed
28.
it. He was Kerry Gilbert's.
I heard of Kerry.
Kerry,
Gilbert,
he was Kerry Gilbert's. Yeah, so yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
so,
no, school was good. Like, you know, lunchtime, you know, you're the boy who plays football.
Yeah.
You know, prime time Astro, because we never had an Astro up until like year 8. So we didn't have long to wait, but obviously you'd go on the field, and field is like, you know, you got to get your spot, you know, otherwise the year 11s, they take, or the year 10s might take the playground, or vice versa.
Do you not have, sorry to cut you, do you not have like mad clashes like, 10s versus 11s? We used to have World Cup finals, bruv. Like,
100%.
bro, I remember leaving the playground sometimes, like, we flipping the Champions League final, bruv. Like,
100%.
Scored a screamer.
But like up until year 8, they built the Astro, and then that's when they had allocated days for every year.
Oh, okay.
And when it was our day, everyone knew our year. You know, this is a Champions League final.
Yeah.
On the Astro, and people were watching and everything. So I mean, it kind of did prep me a little bit, because like you're used to like everyone watching you and everything like that, and then obviously you sweat it up. Going to maths afterwards and teachers looking at you like, what you lot been doing? Like, you lot are crazy. Coming to my lesson like stinking. And but, it was good, man. It was good that school. It was a good time.
Always football. Always football.
I did have a time period when I was probably like year 10, year 11, and I think maybe I started taking a step back from playing in school. Okay. Because like, you know, you're always scared you get injured or whatever. And I started like selling stuff in school, like lollipops, ice lollies, cookies, and then obviously when you're that age as well, you ain't got no one older than being listen, like you can't be selling stuff. You know what I mean? This is my territory, because a few people did that as well. So yeah, it was good, man.
When you don't play at other schools, because obviously you're the Arsenal boy, was it?
You know what?
Was there any good schools?
It weren't that straightforward. There was a school called Queen's Park, and they had a lot of academy boys, man.
Where did Raheem Sterling? And you lot same age group?
Raheem's 2 years older than me. He went to a school called Copeland. Which is no longer about. It's got transformed into, I think it's called Arc Academy now or something. But
Copeland was the bad boy school.
Copeland was
the rude boys.
Copeland was that school. You know what I'm saying? But he went to Copeland, which was not too far from my school. And for me, I was playing against other teams which were actually quite good academy boys. I remember one team in Queen's Park, they had 4 or 5 academy boys. One played for Arsenal with me, who was formerly at QPR, maybe a couple of years before that. Another at QPR, he's still playing professionally now. Another was at Chelsea. Sadly, he had like a heart condition, so he had to like stop playing football. One was at Luton, and I think another one was at Luton as well. So they had a team, but I do remember in like a Middlesex Cup final, we played them, and then I got the job done. And we actually
I got the job done. Yeah.
Nah, I was like the only one on my team, innit? Yeah. So yeah, but we ended up winning like Middlesex Cup year 8. So we actually had a decent team.
So who was the baddest school of football?
I say because of me.
So no compliment is going to be the comments like, brother, what's he talking about?
Nah,
We used to run things.
Year 8, year 9, definitely my school, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we used to run it as well still. I used to go to school at Brentford. But like my boy used to play for Arsenal as well.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just different level, bro.
Yeah.
Like the things they can do. Like, we was good at football.
Yeah,
like,
everyone's good.
But they're like they've been playing when did you play for Arsenal from?
I joined when I was 8, yeah.
Same thing. So they're playing football at a level from 8 years old, so it's different level, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So what outside of football, like what other things did you enjoy like doing?
For me, obviously, I was always
At that
like,
young age,
yeah, I
also,
was
yeah.
always out and about. Like, I had neighbors that they were Indian and they used to play cricket and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was, none the wiser. Cricket. What is cricket? They taught me how to play cricket, what cricket was, and everything like that. So learn how to bowl and fast spin and.
No, but you know what? It's interesting because I feel like when you're growing up, it's important to play other sports. I don't know. I think it comes with a competitive nature. I think it comes with a testosterone and all that kind of stuff. I mean, even me, I still love tennis. As we got the tennis.
You look like a tennis man.
Huh?
Yeah. You look like
you got the jumper.
he's got the roll out. You look like you Roger Federer's cousin or something. Frankie Federer.
and I used to be good at cross country as well. Running, when I was younger. So having other sports, I feel like it's important
100%.
because, like I said, it just breeds that fire. That you know what I mean that you've got in you. So yeah, it's interesting.
100%. Cross country was something that I didn't train for, but I always competed in. And I remember it might have been like year 7, year 8, one of them ones. And I think I came like 10th in the borough. I wasn't happy about that. I was like, how is that possible? How are people beating me? And then I did it the year afterwards. I came 3rd. And I came 3rd to the 2 people above me. They actually trained for that stuff.
Oh, they trained for it.
So like out of everyone, I would say that in my own right, I came 1st.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because you're training.
I don't train.
I used to have that same aspect when I was a sprinter.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember you. Yeah,
I was fast.
yeah.
You're fast, yeah?
Yeah, you was rapid. Yeah.
I should have been around.
I could have.
I should have. Honestly, I should have been around. Man.
I won year 7, year 8, year 9, 200 meters, Brent.
That was 200 meters, man, as well.
Yeah?
I done 200 and 100. But only just back to my brethren again, the Arsenal one. But he's fitter than me. I used to say, because obviously you lot training.
Yeah.
But I would leave him, but then he would catch me like stamina and I got asthma and stuff as well. So
Okay,
no
yeah.
excuses, but
Yeah.
the lungs ain't lunging.
Nah, but
But yeah, as a sprinter.
100%. If you do multiple different sports,
You're going to be fitter. Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think, funny enough, you mentioned that. I think that probably did play a part because I don't know, something clicked when I got to like secondary school, man. I just turned up a gear. Like at Arsenal, I was probably like, middle to like just above of the age group, like just like that kind of. I was never like I was always good. You know what I mean? I was never like bottom of the pack.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I was always like decent.
Average. Give or take.
I'll say above average,
Slightly above
but
average,
like
yeah.
I was never like, oh, he's the standout. For example, there was players ahead of me up until 12.
Yeah.
And then that's when I just kicked on.
Yeah.
And then I started like playing up year groups and, above my age and playing for England, for example.
Mad.
What age group?
16, 17.
No, wow. Okay.
So I played with some players that, you guys definitely seen.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I don't know, how did the opportunity for Arsenal come about?
So I do remember, it's funny enough because you'd expect me to remember literally everything.
Yeah.
I don't remember literally everything, but I do remember like after one tournament, someone's coming up to my dad and he said like, oh yeah, your son's a good player, blah, blah, invite him down to, they got pre-academy places.
Okay.
So you go train there and I got invited to Chelsea, Watford, Arsenal. I think Watford at the time, I'm pretty sure 6, 7. Nah, not yet. But Watford, I had a coach from my Sunday League team he was connected to. So that was the connection. I think Chelsea, my brother was at. So maybe that was the connection there.
Okay.
Arsenal, I'm not really sure how that came about. And I used to go to like their pre-academy sessions and train. I remember Eddie Newton, Chelsea, he used to run the pre-academy. For the Chelsea one, I used to go there. And then I think when it comes time to pick, then I think Arsenal and Watford were very keen on me, and Chelsea were like,
Haaland and Haaland.
Haaland and Haaland, I think, and then I'd obviously Arsenal and Watford. Who you gonna choose?
Yeah.
You're gonna probably
You're
choose
gonna go
Arsenal.
100%.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't have. I'd have gone Watford. To be
Whatever,
fair.
bro.
But yeah, I think that then you go through a trial phase after they say like we kind of want you, ish, and then you go down to you got to think how many kids
Yeah.
it baffles me even now. I think I got lucky a little bit.
Yeah.
At that age because I was good, but I wasn't like oh my gosh and I did start a little bit later than some other boys as well. So I think you go into a pool of like 200 players at a trial, and then they just filter it down, keep filtering it down, and made it to like a squad of like 18 players, man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
God, you believe in God?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, God, man. Sometimes it's God,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that blessing, and then the opportunity comes, and then
Amen.
bam. Yeah,
Amen.
Sometimes it's God, man. You mentioned that you played with some elite players. I saw one of your interviews before. Was it Gnabry?
Gnabry, yeah.
Gnabry.
Gnabry, yeah.
Who else did you play with?
So
Academy.
when I was 16, I played in FA Youth Cup.
Yeah.
So for that, you have to miss school and stuff like that to play with like the 18s. And then in that game, like Newcastle, I played Gnabry, Hector Bellerin, Isaac Hayden, Alex Iwobi, Chuba Akpom.
I bucked Chuba in Westfield's funny enough.
Oh, did you?
yeah. About to.
Who else was in that team that you guys might know?
Did Zach Answer play?
He was older.
Older,
I kind of missed his age group
He's
a little bit.
So I watch him with SC Dons. He's cold as well.
He just struggled with injuries, man.
Oh, that was
It was
down for,
sad, man.
Yeah,
Sad.
he's a baller.
But many other players that maybe you might have heard if you follow youth football or not. They had another player like John Terrell. He came through with Hector Bellerin from La Masia. Christopher Olsen. He was like captain for his age group, Sweden.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of good players, and then obviously England. I think at that age I was playing for England. Yeah. So I think my captain was Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Ole Einar was in the team. Josh Cullen, he's
Burnley, isn't he?
Burnley captain now. He had a few younger players because with international football, their year group, they do it on year group, so they don't do it on your school year. So let's say for example Lewis Cook, last time I checked he was at Bournemouth. Yeah, so he was same school year, but he was 97, I'm 96.
Right, okay.
So yeah, he was technically playing like an international year up.
Okay.
But we were the same age.
Yeah.
So players like him, Shea Ojo, I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Jerome Sinclair, don't know if you remember
Yeah, I
him.
remember. Yeah.
A lot of
Who was, obviously this is the $1 million question everyone's probably going to ask in it. Who was the standout at the time for Arsenal? And who was Ruben?
Ruben for England,
Yeah.
for sure.
You can see that he's a baller, man.
I'm even like ask anyone who's played with him, like they would say like he should be playing for like Real Madrid. He should be doing what Jude Bellingham. Like he was Jude Bellingham before Jude Bellingham. Yeah, 100%. Same mold, same profile of player, same stature,
He
everything.
bosses the midfield as well.
Yeah,
Bosses
just runs through the midfield.
He was like already filled out, grown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
strong on the ball as
and
well. Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Quick
feet and everything like that. But it's again the injuries. He had a lot of injuries.
He's at Milan now, isn't he?
Yeah, Milan.
Yeah. Not a bad place to play, is it?
No, not a bad city. Not a bad place to play either.
But I think the level he was at, you might have thought his trajectory would have been like you said, a Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Yeah, I thought he was destined for that 100%. But nonetheless, great career. And for Arsenal, it's a tough one because there was a lot of people overlapping each other. 1 year it might be this guy, 1 year it might be that guy. But I'd say consistently, a player who I did play with, who was always, you always knew he was gonna do really good, was obviously Chuba Akpom.
Yeah.
He was a year older than me, same position as well. And yeah, I was probably surprised that Arsenal didn't give him more of a chance.
I thought he was going to give him, considering we need a blood
Who
striker.
was your striker at the time?
I think Giroud.
Aubameyang or
Giroud.
No,
No,
Giroud.
Aubameyang, Lacazette could have possibly been there as well. Was he there?
I think he left.
Maybe
Mike
Laka
before.
might have been there.
I think
possibly.
I want to say
Possibly.
he left like 2017 or something.
Oh,
like
okay. Oh, that long ago. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had a lot of good players, man. you don't know who's gonna get in. You know, everyone can't get in.
Yeah.
But you know that like one of these players are gonna get in. And famously, you know, Alex says it all the time that he wasn't the one. Like everyone thought like it was gonna be him.
Yeah.
And you know that's how football works. He was always a good player, 100%, and he always had ability. It's just that he needed maybe I thought at the time he needed another platform to play under because there were so many good players.
Yeah.
But he stayed at Arsenal, and obviously Wenger.
Pulled
Yeah.
through the door.
Yeah.
So do you know what? Let me ask you a question on that, because you're making a lot of really interesting points, and a lot of it links in terms of you've got players in training who obviously do the bits, and you've got match days. Would you say in today's game it's a fair statement to say that players who are physically fit, don't have to be that great technically, but work hard, will still have a good chance of making it ahead of players who are talented? But
100%. I say, I say it now. Like maybe if I was like a right back, I think I probably might be playing like Prem or Champ right now, because obviously the requirements of your game, not to any other position, but the requirements in your game, you don't have to be elite, for example. You can get away with being in a team like, look at Man United, for example. How many elite players are playing for Man United right now? But
it's true.
if you're buying a striker, what does he have to be? He has to be elite.
He's got to be a bagsman.
He's got to be the best of the best. That everyone's looking for the best of the best, or a winger or a creator number 10. You can't be like
average. You'll stand out. You'll get found out.
Yeah,
You'll get
But
found
if
out,
you're like a right back and you have to, you know, just do the basics, keep the ball, defend well, you know, even a bonus like you got a good, I don't know, good
cross
delivery,
or something.
cross or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'll
You'll be alright. You'll be in good stead, man.
Quick question: Did you feel the pressure at Arsenal at a young age to perform?
Probably not at Arsenal. I wouldn't say at Arsenal, because my mentality at Arsenal was like, I don't know how to describe it, but I kind of walked on the pitch. I'm just the best. Like that's the mentality I had. I would say when I moved from Arsenal, where West Ham, they bought me, and I went to West Ham. I think I felt the pressure when I went then, because then you're going playing with players that you know that probably aren't as good as the players that you played with at Arsenal, and then also like you're the guy. Like there's no other person today that has to get the job done. It's you.
Yeah.
So in my youth teams and 21s, like it's always like, oh no, we paid the money for you. You have to deliver.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's probably more. Like there's not as more off days that you're afforded to have.
It's interesting how your mind works, isn't it, mentality wise? Because like you said yourself, at Arsenal, even though maybe you weren't the best player, you felt like you was. Whereas when you went to West Ham, you probably would have been better than a lot of their players, but you felt more pressure.
I thought West Ham have a good academy though.
No, they do, 100%. They historically had amazing academy, but they probably just don't have the bulk of like squad size. I do remember like being like I was 15s playing with the 16s, for example, and I remember like when it came the time to release like players, they had to go through like 20 players like in the squad. Where West Ham, if you're going through the whole squad, you know who ready you're keeping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At Arsenal, for my age, I was definitely, I would say I was the best player for my age. But obviously, when you play up age groups,
it's different.
It's different. It's different, isn't it? You're going into a pool with like,
especially at that age.
100%. You're going to pool with like Serge Gnabry's and players like that. Like you'd be amazing if you were like the best player, you know, playing with them. So yeah, but when I used to play with them, for example, it was like, okay, just be good. You know what I mean? It weren't the pressure of today. You need to win us the game. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So,
how good is Gnabry?
Nah, he's good, man.
Do you know what? I saw him like back in the day. So watching him, and I used to think this guy's the truth. It was him and Coquelin.
Francis Coquelin.
I think it was around the same time. And when Arsenal let Gnabry go, I was like, what are they doing, man? But is it that hard to break into the Arsenal first team? Because Gnabry's a baller.
So I just gave you the example.
Yeah.
For example, you got Hector Bellerin.
Yeah.
And he was good, very good player.
I don't feel like, no disrespect, I don't. Watching him play, I don't feel like he was a footballer.
No, watch him when he first broke through compared to like after he got an injury.
No, but I'm looking. See, sorry, I used to watch him.
Yeah.
Like he's passing. See, he used to pass the ball. I'm like,
What are you doing?
that's not how you pass a football, bro. He looks like a man that's been trained to play football. You know, like you got naturally talented people, like you can play football. Then there's a man that's just trained and trained and trained.
So
that's I could be wrong, but that's how it looked.
So I think with going back to what we were saying earlier, I would say players like him might have not dealt with the pressure.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to
Whereas
say?
maybe in training he looked the part. Yeah.
Like, and I'm just when I was there, like what I saw of him
in training and stuff like that.
like he would go through like dribble through players, like you know what I mean. Although that he's not like the most like jinky player or like technically gifted player, but bro, you come up at Barcelona, you can't be
Media.
you can't be you gotta be technically sound. Everybody's got to be technically sound to play at Barcelona, including the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Naturally. Yeah.
So I think after he got injured, he lost like his rhythm, and I think that's where you start second guessing yourself and you start not believing in yourself, and especially when the fans are like every time you take a touch, the fans are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It affects you, man, and it goes back to what I was saying. They're young players, man. They're young
Maybe
lads.
that's what's good. There was this teller, like there was a time where Hector Bellerin was that guy.
Yeah.
I remember we was gonna sell him. I think I was just like, no.
Yeah.
I do remember that stage, and then afterwards, like, nah, he needs to go.
Yeah.
But then he did have attributes.
Yeah.
Pace. As a right back, you need to be fast.
Yeah.
He was very pacey. So I suppose there's certain attributes that.
Going back to your point about him and obviously Serge.
Yeah.
Like, if Serge was as good as he was in his position as a right back, he'd probably still be at Arsenal. But because as a forward, you gotta be the world's best to play, or one of the world's best. If you're looking at a top list, you know, you guys do the you know the list, or is he a top 20 player? You gotta be. There's no debate if you play for Arsenal. Is he a top 20 player forward? Yes. You know what I mean? You can't be like, not sure. If you're at Arsenal, you have to be. So if you're a young player coming through, and that's why I always say, there's not many players, young players. Maybe it's starting to happen in the last couple of years, maybe because like FFP and things like that. But like, I remember 5-10 years ago, if you're coming through and you're a young forward, how many young strikers are leading the line for their club playing? Like underneath the ages of 22?
Yeah.
Not a lot, yeah.
There's not many, is there? You know what I mean?
Do you know what? Interesting, talking about Bellerin and injuries and everything. How difficult is it for a player when you get injured and like the whole rehab, especially when you're out for a good number of weeks or months even? What is the rehab like? How difficult is it to get back? And I've noticed a lot of players when they get injured, especially if it's a serious injury, it takes a while for their body to catch up. So you might have got a knee injury out for 4 or 5 months. You come back, you pull a hamstring, you do your calf. How difficult is it?
Yeah, it's difficult, man, especially if you've never had to deal with it before. If it's your first time dealing with an injury and, you know, you've always been playing, that football's a part of your life. You know, you wake up, you know, breathe football. If it's something that kind of gets taken away from you, I think that's what a lot of players, they do miss. And maybe if you don't have something else other than football, which is very hard to have something else other than football because I'm going off on tangents, but as a footballer professionally in the Premier League, you have to be zoned in.
You gotta be tapped in,
like
training
fully,
gym.
There can't be no other
distractions
and everything like that to get you off your game. And also footballers, like you said, you got with a young boy who plays for Arsenal. They're known for being a footballer for, you know, from a young age. You kind of get that adulation. You're that baller, innit?
Arsenal,
You're a player. So imagine if you're not playing and you're not kind of getting that. A lot of players they do struggle with that. So that's on that aspect of it. And then a lot of well, probably now it's changed, but back then when I was growing up, a lot of physio rooms and stuff are a bit dingy, a bit more darker, like, you know, it's like weights in the room and stuff like that. Like, you don't really want to be spending your time you know. in
While
that
all your mates
environment.
are out there kicking ball, playing.
Yeah, on the grass outside and everything like that. So even like watching training, you want to like walk out, watch training, and even like if there's a football there, you'll probably just try and you know do a little bit with the football. So it's very difficult, man, when you're injured. And I would say thirdly, like having that kind of doubt in the back of your head, like, oh, what if I come back and I'm not the same? You know what I mean? Or what if I come back and I injure myself again?
Yeah.
Or you feel that pain, or you
Yeah,
might.
yeah.
You don't want to go so hard 'cause you don't want to tear again. And
100%. So, and that's one thing. I don't think I've ever had an injury and I've come back when the physio said, okay, you're scheduled to come back on this date, and I've not felt something.
serious.
You'll always feel something, whether you like you said, whether it be the injury that occurred or whether it be in another area. So you're always doubting yourself and second guessing yourself on, you know, the
And
pain
it's pride
tolerance.
as well, and you'll try and play through it and make it worse potentially and all that as well.
So
There's
when
that
you see a
aspect
player
as well.
come back from an injury, then their mindset's got to be it's like a Saka who's been injured a lot recently. He's coming back, but he's still he's not the Saka we've seen maybe, but he's still playing.
Effective,
He's still effective. So.
Imagine like there's a ball in behind, and you know, like before my injury, I'm getting this ball.
Yeah,
After the injury, I can get the ball, but I gotta put like
a
everything.
lot of strain.
I
and-
gotta put everything into this. And you said you sprinted already. Like
Yeah.
to win a race, you gotta
go.
You gotta go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And Premier League players, 24/7 on the pitch, they're going. Every single ball, it's full throttle.
Full pace.
Yeah, so I think like that's a perfect example. Saka, like, you can see that, you know, he's not going for it. And also another thing as well, I do remember watching a game where I think it was like Chelsea versus Dortmund like 3-4 years ago, and I was watching the game, and Raheem Sterling was playing. He had a decent game. This is when, you know, he was doing all right, but Chelsea fans kind of split about
Getting
him.
onto him a bit, yeah.
I think this is the time just before that.
Oh, okay.
They were a bit split about him, innit? Is he worth the money? You know, maybe he needs something else or whatever. But I did see that game, and I said, he's got a hamstring injury.
Oh, swear.
I saw that game, and I said, I can see the way he's running for the ball.
There's something alright. Yeah.
There's something wrong with his hamstrings. I don't know if there is right now, but you get what I'm trying to say. You can see, like, he's not running how.
Sterling should run.
Yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? So I think having that in the back of your head when you're playing football is very difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's like, I'll say perfect example. It's like driving with 9 points on your license.
Fair, okay, right, yeah.
When
Makes perfect sense.
When
yeah.
you
With police behind you.
you know, like, oh, like if I had 0 points right now, I'd be calm, like no stress, not thinking about anything. But when you're kind of on your last, like, oh, if I go that extra mile,
This could be it. I could be out of here.
to be fair, mate, I'm a Man United fan. 9 points sounds really good to me. I'll take that.
there you go.
We're gonna jump into like the West Ham journey. How did the transition go from Arsenal to West Ham? Like, what took place there?
Yeah, so I had a thought in my head where I was like, well, obviously with my dad, agent at the time as well, someone who looked after me, and I said, do I see myself breaking into the first team at Arsenal?
So, what age was you at this time as well?
16.
People like 16. Okay, cool.
So this is when they offer you contracts and everything like that. And they had a meeting, offered me best contract for my age at the time. Not in like the history of the club or anything like that, but just for my age group.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, nah, it's not what other people have got in the past. I knew what other people.
I just got to ask you, is it a pro contract or?
Yeah, pro
Oh, this is at Arsenal, yeah.
they
Okay, cool.
They offered me a pro
Yeah.
contract. They offered me a 1 year pro, 1 year scholar, 1 year pro.
Okay, cool, yeah.
So, but everyone knows that if they rate you, they would offer you a pro on your birthday. Like, that's the fact as a footballer.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
if the club rates you,
Yeah.
they're offering you a pro on your 17th birthday.
Okay, bam.
I got offered a pro at the end of the first season. So I would have been 17 in November. I would have spent the whole season being a scholar. And then that summer I would have signed my professional contract.
Okay.
So, but it was the best they offered for my age.
Yeah.
I think, actually, tell a lie, for English British-born players, the other contract they offered for my age was Gideon Zellerlam. and they offered him straight pro
I remember selling him. Yeah.
on his 17th birthday. So I was looking at that thinking, I've mashed work here, man. Like I've done the business. I've been playing for England. I was always playing up age groups, like 2 years, even at times 2 years above my age and stuff like that. I was thinking, nah, I know how this game works. They're not really like trying to push me. And obviously I had players older than me who were my position, who they highly rated, and I know kind of what deals they got as well. So I said, nah, like I feel like I deserve more than that. And then that's when I kind of looked elsewhere, and then I had like, didn't really look at the other top teams because I didn't really want to end up in a position where I felt like similar. I couldn't really get into the first team as quick as possible. So I looked at Norwich and West Ham.
Okay.
Those are the two options I had. And yeah, literally came to the conclusion that West Ham would probably be the best decision for myself and my family. It wasn't too far away from home. Family oriented club as well, and the brand of football, you know.
Who was the manager at the time?
Sam Allardyce.
Okay.
You're gonna say like first team brand of football, but like academy wise, like the way they played and everything, I'll say like they like to play football as well. So I'll say I kind of looked at that and thought, yeah, probably would be a good option. But obviously my contract's run out, but because I've been at Arsenal for 8 years, they got to pay compensation. So obviously they were talking about the compensation, and then yeah, West Ham paid the compensation to Arsenal, and then I signed for West Ham and yeah, signed a professional contract on my 17th
How many
birthday.
years? 2 years? 3 years?
I was there for 3 years. Yeah. So
Did you ever think about going to like a lower level club? You know, sometimes because it's so hard to break into these Premier League first team. Did you ever think about maybe I should go back
You
and work my
mentioned
way
Norwich,
around?
didn't you? You mentioned
Like,
Norwich, yeah.
How close was you to signing to like another level to get the actual first team football?
So like I said, like if that was an option, yeah, I would definitely looked at it, even if it's like a League One club. But like I said, they got to pay compensation, and are they gonna pay 250 grand
Oh, big money like that
for
yeah.
a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They haven't really got the money. So that's where, obviously, sometimes it does work out in a club's benefit or the club's favour to, make sure that they get a fee compensation for that player.
Yeah.
But other times it doesn't. I think they actually changed the rule after I left, but I think they've upped it, because I want to say Dom Solanke went maybe 2 years after I did to Liverpool, but they had to pay compensation to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I think that was, I want to say like £1 million.
I think it was, yeah. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was over, yeah.
So like all of these things, like, but like as a player, it doesn't really work out well for you. It works out more for the club's benefit. You know what I mean? So it's a hard one. You know what I mean? So, but if the club offer you a contract and that's all they have to do, they can turn around saying, no, we offered him a contract. We want to keep him. We need money from him. And that's what happened. So.
Okay. So how was life at West Ham, and how was it like getting a pro contract, the bread, the money?
Yeah, for me,
football bread. That's all of our dreams, right? To have that football bread. So.
For me, obviously, anyone who knows me and anyone was around watching, I wasn't like a flashy person. I wasn't like someone where, I want to buy this or buy that or whatever. But I did like enjoying myself. So like whether it be like going out and stuff like that, 100%. I was always down for that. But obviously, when you at training or when it comes to the game, I was always on it and fully focused. The only thing I would say is I didn't realize at that age that can catch up on you once you get injured.
What's that, all the going out and all that?
Yeah, 100%. When you get injured, like, because I never really got injured, any serious injury up until my second year at West Ham. I was just turning 18. Yeah. And when you're injured, like we were speaking about earlier, you if you're doing the same things as when you were, because you said I was slim. I'm a heavy, probably heavier set guy. Like when, like I'm not playing football, I'm not in sport mode, like I can put on weight easily.
Okay.
So, you know, you do start to notice those type of things creeping in, and then now you got another problem that you got to get weight down and stuff like that. So I'll definitely say, like, any young player, if you're ever watching this, like how you're living when you're playing, it can't be how you're living when you're when you're injured. And I learned that quick. And that was like the one time that needed to be the lesson that, listen, if you're ever injured or whatever, you gotta
stay focused, stay grounded.
You gotta be more focused than ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that could definitely make or break you. But luckily, after that period of time, in the summer, I made my debut. In the summer, in the Europa League.
Mad. That's what I was about to get onto, because time's flying. And we got bam. What was it like? What was the process like? Did the manager call you and say, "Yo, Jordan, you're coming in"? What happened? How was it?
Yeah. So for me, how did it come out? It come about like basically the West Ham qualified for the Europa League through fair play.
Okay, yeah, I remember. I remember
so that was the first time that they've been in Europe for years. I want to say, so they had like kind of two squads, 2 pre-seasons, and they had like a kind of lesser team, I would say, that I was with, and they had a few strong first team players just to kind of make it a decent standard, but then they had a lot of fringe players where they were thinking, do we let him go? You know, are we going to play him this season? And then we were up against like, they weren't great opposition, to be fair. It was a lot of teams from like Romania, Andorra, countries like that.
You know about them, Man United, innit?
Wi-Fi passwords.
Some stadiums like the tower blocks, like
yeah, a lot of them stadiums. So, oh, my voice, bro.
It's a lot of talking.
I need water.
It's a lot of talking.
I've got you.
Struggling for a minute there. Sorry, 1 second.
No, you're good, man. You're good. It's a lot of talking.
2 questions before I was struggling, bro. But sorry.
Here we go.
So yeah, you know, you play against, you know, teams in those countries like that, and it's a good chance for a young player to get into, you know, the first team and get your minutes. So I think the first game, it was at Upton Park.
Yeah.
And
the old bowling ground,
the old bowling ground.
Wow.
So I was in the squad for that game. Didn't make the bench, but I was like training with the team. I was in the squad, and that was like packed out first game of the season for the last season of the bowling ground. So that was packed, man.
Yeah.
Like 35,000 people.
Atmosphere's crazy.
Atmosphere crazy.
Did you start or?
No, I was in the squad. So like, you know, you're behind the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I was training with the team.
Who was in the team at the time?
So, you'll know like James Tompkins, Darren Randolph. What's his name? I forgot his name. You know, I forgot his name. That's so poor of me. That's so poor of me. But yeah, there was Reece Oxford, of course, famous for.
I remember Reece Oxford. Yeah,
that game against Arsenal. But yeah, so there was a few decent first team players in there. But that game was more like, it was more of a walk in the park, I would say. And they gave a lot of younger players their debuts and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I ended up being on the bench in, I think, I want to say, so the second leg, they won. And then the second round, I was in the squad for that game. Yeah. And I was on the bench.
Yeah. On the bench. Shout out on the man.
Shout out on the bench.
On the bench. There you go. So I was on the bench.
Yeah.
10 minutes into the game, we're playing 2 up top, and Diafra Sakho.
I remember Diafra Sakho, yeah. He was a decent player, man.
Yeah. So there was a few different changes from the first round to the second round. Diafra Sakho was in it, and he was like a key player for West Ham at the time. He gets a red card. So we're playing 2 up top. Red card. Am I going to come on?
No,
we're winning 1-0 at the time as well, because we scored early. Yeah. So I had to sit and watch that one on the bench.
That must be see as a young player as well, like seeing someone like you just messed up my charge, brother. You know, like I'll be mad.
Well, hold on, was Enner Valencia in that team at the time?
Well, not with us, but he was at West Ham, 100%.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Or maybe he might have left the season before. Actually, I want to say.
Yeah.
But he was at West Ham the period I was there.
Yeah.
Under Allardyce, he had some bangers in training.
Yeah. We scored one of the best goals I've seen at that ground. I'll show it to you.
When did what's his name? Is it Payet?
Yeah, he was there when I was there.
Oh, was he there?
Payet was there.
Yeah.
Dimitri.
Oh, my.
I trained. He was on my team.
Yeah.
In his first ever training session.
Swear that.
Yeah.
How cold was he?
How good was he?
My team won.
How good was he? Cold, like.
Oh man, like he was one of them players where
Just give him the ball, innit?
yeah, like we were talking about earlier, like do you as a manager coach these
thinking
type of
that,
players?
yeah.
No, you
What
don't.
would you say? Do you like? It's like Hazard. Hazard said it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
not Hazard. They say it about Hazard all the time. Like, just give him the ball, just do your thing, bruv.
Yeah, 100%. So I never really heard like, any tactics that Bilic used to give him. Like, he used to just. You're saving my job. Like all of that type of stuff. So yeah, he used to rock up in a Lambo.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
swear.
Yeah,
mate.
to training.
Yeah.
But like he was humble though.
Yeah.
He was humble.
Yeah, it does sound like it.
No. He was humble, man. He was a cool guy as well. Didn't really like speak. Not to say I don't know if he spoke much English or he didn't want to speak English. But he was just like on his own things. Just done his own thing.
It's a shame how he left as well, innit? He left under a bit of a dark cloud, innit?
Yeah, I think he left the year after I left, so I did hear.
That's why he left, innit? Because you'd gone. He's like, yeah, there's no point me sticking around anymore. Innit?
I did hear a few things like players trying to make him stay and all that type of stuff, and he was like, nah, I need to go
back home.
I need to go back home, and it's for personal reasons as well.
Fair enough.
What was one of the maddest things you can remember seeing him doing training?
The only thing I can say that like proper stands out is like after every training session, he'll take one free kick, put it in the top corner, and then go inside.
Every time.
Every single time. And like it's one of them ones where you're thinking, nah, this guy must practice free kicks all the time. Like the way he's got his technique, like he practices them. Nah, he just one free kick goes inside.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, do you know what? This guy, in my opinion, has scored one of the best free kicks I've ever seen in the Premier League.
I know which one you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm expecting that to go in this corner.
Yeah.
It goes in that corner. The goalkeeper
Drops
side.
down as well.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. How you get the like, it's not even that far out. To
We was
get
having
that
a
power,
debate
that
if it's
swerve.
better than was it the Rice one? I think.
What, against Real Madrid?
Did we have? Was that the debate?
I think
I can't remember.
It was.
Yeah.
sorry, say
The Rice's one against Real Madrid or Payet's free kick.
I think you're asking the wrong person. 'Cause I'm always gonna give like some.
Don't let me press the button, brother.
Basically, there's the technical aspect of it,
Okay.
and then there's the pressure moment aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah,
Pressure
it's true,
moment,
yeah.
you're gonna give it to Rice,
To Rice,
100%.
yeah.
Real
But
Madrid.
the actual, if there's no fans in the stadium, it's a friendly game.
Yeah.
What goal is better? I'll probably say Payet's goal.
It's honestly, it's so hard to do what he done.
Yeah.
It's just a joke, man. Like this guy, it wasn't normal when I saw that.
He's a joke, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think because he wasn't with us like in the games, I was playing him.
Yeah.
So I've only ever trained with him, and I played, I do believe, one game with him, and that was a friendly against Charlton.
Okay. Yeah.
But it wasn't like any. It was a pre-season game for
Yeah,
that particular part of my career at West Ham. But yeah, like even in that game there, I do remember like playing against one of my boys, Regan. He was playing for Charlton at the time, and he's come off the pitch, and he's like, "Bro, who is this guy?" Because people didn't really know about him.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, when West Ham signed him, they didn't.
Oh, but when you see him play, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
who's
You
my
know
man?
about him, yeah. You know about him.
Would
after
you say
see him
he's the best you played with?
We'll
Would you
see.
say?
play. Obviously,
You mentioned Ruben, obviously Loftus-Cheek as well.
I think he's got to be the best, to be honest.
Technically.
Technically, like there's no. Yeah, what am I talking about?
It is. Isn't it?
Yeah, he's the best man.
Do you find the foreign players are better than English players?
I think, shall I tell you what it is? And Owen made a good point earlier. I think we're really good up until a certain age.
Okay.
And I've seen that playing for England, and going away, playing tournaments or whatever it may be, can compete with any country, any team or anything like that. A lot of maybe, you know, you got the teams buying foreigners or buying other countries' best foreigners. And that was always a thing, like at Arsenal, for example, when I was coming through, they always wanted to buy like a player who's not even as good as the player you have at home.
Yeah.
Like we got Rice at home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no need to go do a takeaway thing, you know what I mean? So I think, I think that's probably the key thing up until a certain age. But then, of course, when you get older and then you're seeing like everyone, you know, this is the level you're going to be at probably for the rest of your career, or you know what type of player you're going to be for the rest of your career. Yeah, I'd say foreign players do have that element. And I also would say as well, foreign players, they play more freely.
Okay.
I think in England, we like to either stifle, you know, like I do remember like growing up, like, too many touches or, you know what I mean, stuff like that, you know. I'm not saying at times there's nothing wrong with moving the ball quick or, you know, taking 1 or 2 touch, but there's some times where you do need to express yourself and you do figure out like, okay, I can actually do this with a football, where some players, they'll never ever get the chance to do that
Coaches.
because they've been coached out of them.
So that's what we say as well, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. Just answer my question.
Yeah.
There we have it. So what happened after West Ham then? So you left West Ham, and then what was the journey after that?
So I must have been just turning 19, I think, at this time. Just played for the first team. And then at the time, we had a lot of like 21s where, you know, they were previously on loans and stuff like that, or with the first team, older than me. And, you know, they weren't getting their loans anymore. So they would have to come back down and play 21s. So it's like a hierarchy. Like, they've come back down and, you know, now they got to get their minutes so they can get shown to these clubs to go back on loan, for example. So it was frustrating because I played 21s football from when I was 17. Like, even, you know, when I first went to West Ham, I scored against the 21s Arsenal. I scored 2 goals against that team. So I was ready, like, already playing 21s football at this point for like two years now.
Really, yeah.
So even for me, I felt like, okay, like I needed to play like some type of first team football now, or get into a first team. So I think it got to a point where, you know, obviously at the time there was a different man in charge with the academy and stuff like that. And yeah, he actually turned around to me in our meeting and he said, if I had signed you, I would have pushed you and, you know,
first team football,
but I didn't sign you.
Yeah.
And to anyone who knows what that means like not really gonna get anything out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I think, and you know, I think I was 19, and in football that is probably an older age. If you're saying
between, I'd say 16 to, well, you know better than I do, but between 16 and 21 are the key years for a footballer.
Yeah, so obviously when you're going to 19, now you're starting to creep to that older age group, like getting to 21 and everything like that, and you're not considered like, it's weird, like you're considered a young player, obviously in the men's game or whatever, but in like a youth team or 21, you're getting older. So your value might be going down ever so gradually. So I think, we've had a meeting, and initially we agreed like, okay, you can go to this team, we're going to get a sell-on for you, etc., etc. That was Hanover, 96 in Germany. And I couldn't go for international rules because I had gone on loan for a month to a conference, which he's forced me to go to.
Oh, man.
Yeah. In like, I think a couple months prior.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I wasn't able to like play for like, well, you can't play for like 3 clubs, or back then anyway, you could play for 3 clubs in the same season.
Okay.
So I had to wait until the summer. But that period of time was probably one of the worst times of football, because when the club, you know, you're not going to be around, for the next
They ain't
season.
gonna play you, are
They
they?
ain't gonna play you, and you're gonna be training with whoever. Be training with the caretaker at times. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was definitely a hard time in my journey, definitely. And yeah, funny enough, they sent me to a tournament with a younger age group, and you know, maybe he's thinking like, oh yeah, send them to this tournament or whatever. I end up like scoring the most goals in this tournament, which is a bit weird, like how you could send one of your better players in the 21s away to like a tournament like where you don't really care about the players or anything like that. And then I do remember coming back, and then I think this is when Declan Rice was getting in the 21s and everything like that. I remember like that group was like welcoming me back and saying, oh, like, I see you went to the tournament and scored so many goals, like well done and everything like that. But I think I think during that time, that's when I was allowed to train with the team again. But that was towards the end of my time at West Ham.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's it. Right, I'm gonna jump into the baller league stuff. It's coming up, so you're back, and you're gonna be back on the big screen, Sky Sports. What can we expect to see from you in the Borders League, man?
Yeah, man. I would say definitely you're gonna see fireworks in terms of like on the pitch, off the pitch, social media. Like there's a lot going on, especially this year. There's a lot of hype around it. More hype, I would say, than last year.
Yeah, there is
a lot of bigger names as well. So yeah, I can't reveal yet who my manager is.
Okay.
But that will be dropping soon, and that is like a big name in this in this space. So yeah, man, I think obviously if you've watched it, anyone watching out there, you'll know like the names in our team. I rate our team highly.
You rate your team highly, yeah?
I rate
Have
our
you
team.
done any training sessions yet?
Yeah, we've been training and that. So getting the upper hand.
Yeah.
On,
Give it a big talk, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. I want to see this now.
So we got like I'm not gonna say like by name, but I'm gonna say like what they done last season. We got like United's top goal scorer from last season. We got like an international signing who he scored in like a Legends game, England versus Germany, where Germany beat England 10-1. And we signed a player who scored a couple goals in that. We signed like a player who's currently playing Step 2 football. And he's one of the best players in Step 2 football right now.
So you got some ballers.
Ruben Jr. We signed one of, I think he might be the highest rated player from last season. Sorry, he's re-signed with us. So he was in our team last season. So we got the highest rated player in the whole thing. Or one of the top 3, I'm not sure. And we got Kieran Clark.
Ex-Villa,
ex-Newcastle, at the back holding it down. And yeah.
You excited?
So many good players. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think it's something that is a breath of fresh air for a lot of players, you know, in football. Not to say that me personally, I wouldn't say in my life, I would say I needed it, but now it's here, I definitely feel like I need it.
Yeah, embracing it.
Like I would say at the start I wasn't embracing it how like I'm embracing it now, and like how I feel like, oh nah, if this was taken away from me, like you don't know something's good until it's gone. Type of thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. So now it's here, like gotta hold on to it, and a lot of good competition, man.
Before we wrap it up, how many goals? How many goals are we aiming for? Have you set a target?
You know what? It's a hard one because I would say there's a lot of good players in our team. We've got a lot of forwards in our team as well.
Okay.
So it's a rotational type of...
Yeah, getting excuses in early.
No excuses. But definitely, like, as a striker, I'm looking, whatever the top goal scorer is in the whole thing, that's what you're aiming
for, yeah?
Yeah,
Right,
like, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
so be it. That's what I want to do. 100%.
Check out the Ballers League, man. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
show more
be
interest
watching you
now.
again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Definitely
100%.
watching you on there. If you score, you got to bust a bogle.
Yeah. Give us a shout out. Give us a shout out on the bench.
Bomber clock.
Yeah, you got to bust a bumper clout there.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to wrap it up, man. We've gone over the
Big time.
I really enjoyed this episode. Brother, thank you for coming on, man. I really enjoyed it.
It was really good, man.
Wicked,
It was
man.
really good stuff, yeah.
Thank you,
No
brother,
worries,
man.
enjoyed that.
All right, guys, we're going to have to wrap this up. So please like, subscribe, comment. Also give Jordan a follow on his Instagram. Do you want to plug your socials, brother?
Jordan Antonio Brown on Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Twitter a little bit. I'm trying to grow that a bit. J Antonio Brown. But yeah, you're go to my Instagram because that's the landing page for everything else.
Yeah, so give him a follow, guys, and show him. You obviously going to see him in the Ballers League as well. When he scores his first goal, he's got to bust the bogle. I'm going to put this clip out.
No stress.
I'm going to put it with it. So you got to bust the bogle. Yeah,
Wicked.
No
Gentleman
worries.
shake.
Top man.
Yeah, gonna bust the bogle. Yeah. All right, cool.
Top man.
Sick.
Top man.
Yeah.
Sick.
Like, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next week. Peace. Oh no, wait.
There we go.